Everyone's losing sleep over AI killing us. Meanwhile, we're melting ice caps, engineering superviruses, and destabilizing Earth systems that keep it habitable, all before ChatGPT's next update. The call's coming from inside the house. You think rogue AI is the threat? That's every Black Mirror episode where robots attack. We're here speedrunning every other Black Mirror episode simultaneously. Climate collapse, viral disinformation, subscription-based extinction. Most of it is open source. AI won't destroy humanity. We will. We're playing civilizational Jenga, removing block after block from the Tower of Stability without needing AI to pull any pieces for us. We've engineered pathogens that make COVID look adorable, built autonomous weapons that decide who dies faster than humans can say, wait, dumped into the infosphere, so much propaganda that half the planet can't agree that the sky's blue. It's not artificial intelligence we should fear. It's artificially confident humans with a God complex and a GitHub account. By the end of this video, you'll see the biggest existential risk isn't a robot uprising. It's us, armed with planet-scale power, maximum overconfidence, and a Reddit-level understanding of consequences. But here's the thing. If we're the problem, we might also be the solution. Here's how we're currently self-destructing, ranked from already screwed to almost definitely screwed soon. 7. Earth's vital signs. Spoiler, 7 out of 9 are flatlining. We've already broken the planet. Earth has 9 life support systems called planetary boundaries. If we stay within those limits, the planet stays stable. Cross them, we're rolling dice with civilization. We've crossed 7. Ocean acidification and changes in fresh water made this year's danger list. The ocean is now so acidic that coral reefs are breaking down faster than they can rebuild. We've drained underground water, blocked rivers from reaching the sea, and dried out soils across continents. The other 5 are already in trouble. Climate change, biodiversity loss, land system change, disrupted nutrient cycles, and new chemicals. Only 2 boundaries are still safe. Stratospheric ozone, because we fixed that in the 1980s with the Montreal Protocol, proof we can solve global problems when we try. And atmospheric aerosols, air pollution, we're keeping just below apocalypse levels. Participation trophy for humanity. The Amazon might turn from rainforest to savanna before we reach 2 degrees of warming. One tipping point triggers the next. Permafrost melts, releases methane, accelerates warming, and kills more forests. It's like a Rube Goldberg machine, except instead of a funny chain reaction, it's for civilizational collapse. We did this, not AI. We're the ones who thought infinite growth on a finite planet was a business model, not a punchline. And as if that weren't enough, we haven't even started with the weapons we're building. 6. When machines kill us before they even think. Let's start with the classic. Nuclear weapons, the most instantaneous self-destruction button we ever invented. A massive US-Russia nuclear war could fill the sky with soot, dropping global food production by 90% in 3 years. 5 billion may starve, not from bombs, but from nuclear winter aftermath. And new hypersonic missiles and AI warning systems mean decisions can be made in minutes. AI could decide on war before people knew it started, which brings us to autonomous weapons. Militaries worldwide are deploying AI-controlled drones, targeting systems, and decision algorithms that operate faster than human reaction time. The risk isn't Terminator, it's a flash war. Imagine 2 AI systems monitoring a border. One misinterprets a signal, the other retaliates in 90 seconds. Both sides launch missiles before a single human knew what happened. Sound far-fetched? In 2021, autonomous drones may have already attacked humans in Libya without direct orders. The future isn't coming, it's here. We're voluntarily handing control to systems we don't fully understand in the most dangerous scenarios imaginable. It's like giving a toddler dynamite simply because the toddler can throw it farther than you without considering that they have no awareness of the danger or the consequences. Quick pause. If your brain just blue-screened realizing we're building extinction threats faster than Netflix drops new seasons, hit subscribe. You're in the 1% actually paying attention. Drop your spiciest self-destruction theory in the comments. Bonus points for creativity and existential dread. The top answer gets consulted by future historians piecing together what went wrong. 5. Lab-grown apocalypse, CRISPR, your way to extinction. Biotech, we're one lab accident away from a pandemic that makes COVID look like a practice run. After 2020, everyone knows pandemics can wreck the world. What they don't know, the next great plague might not come from nature. Biotech advances mean humans can now accidentally, or deliberately, create pathogens evolution never dreamed of. Gene editing kits are cheap and easy to find. CRISPR tutorials are on YouTube. AI recently designed 40,000 toxic molecules in 6 hours. Just for fun. Experts estimate a 1% chance that an engineered pathogen could drive human extinction this century. Same odds as a civilization-ending asteroid. And unlike asteroids, we're building the threat. Labs have resurrected extinct viruses from mail-order DNA, Others turbocharge bird flu to spread between mammals, then publish the recipe. One brilliant, unhinged individual with a biology degree and a grudge could crash civilization. We've democratized doomsday, and we're not regulating any of it. Speaking of things we're racing toward without brakes. 4. The God-building race. Speedrun any % extinction. We're sprinting to build superintelligence with no safety manual. Nations and corporations are racing to build artificial general intelligence, AI, as smart as humans, or smarter. The danger isn't just that AGI might go rogue, it's that the race creates perverse incentives. Teams cut corners, skip safety tests, and deploy unstable systems first because we can't let China win. A 2023 RAND report put it bluntly. Unbridled AI competition invites disaster. It's the nuclear arms race. Except the bomb might start thinking for itself. Even if AGI isn't malicious, humans developing it might do irrational things, like launching untested systems into critical infrastructure because nationalism beats rationality. The pattern repeats: speed over safety, competition over cooperation. Winning now beats survival later. That's how capitalism rolls. And once AGI exists, the power dynamics shift permanently. Whoever, or whatever, controls superintelligence controls everything. AGI. It doesn't need to be evil to destroy us. It just needs to be smarter than the systems containing it. We're building God in a box without reading the instructions. So, yeah, maybe we should slow down and figure out the safety protocols before we create something that makes us look like ants. But we won't, because the other guys might build it first. Speaking of technologies, we're deploying before we understand them. 3. Frontier tech roulette. Geoengineering, nanotech, quantum. Pick your poison. It's not just AI and biotech. Every frontier technology is a potential dumpster fire. Geoengineering, fixing climate with a spray bottle. Here's the plan. Faced with climate desperation, a country or billionaire with too much ambition tries spraying sulfur particles into the upper atmosphere. The goal? Reflect sunlight and cool the planet. Easy. Except you just turned the planet's thermostat into a fidget spinner, spinning wildly with the slightest touch. One country sprays aerosols to save crops, but it accidentally alters monsoon patterns across Asia. India's rice production collapses. Pakistan's water supply runs dry. 2 nuclear powers go from climate allies to wartime enemies in 6 months. All because someone thought they could Ctrl-Z global warming without consulting anyone. In 2012, a private company dumped 100 tons of iron into the Pacific Ocean to fertilize plankton with zero oversight, no permission, and no plan for what would happen next. We still don't know the consequences. No global body regulates geoengineering. It's the Wild West with planet-scale consequences. Nanotechnology. The grey goo problem. Tiny molecular machines that assemble anything atom by atom. Medicine? They rebuild organs. Manufacturing? They build computers. Environmental cleanup? They eat pollution. Cool, right? Now imagine they self-replicate. Each nanomachine builds copies. Those copies build more. In theory, you programmed them to stop. In practice, you made a typo, or the code mutated, or someone weaponized it. In weeks, your helpful nano-cleaners have consumed every organic molecule, turning Earth into grey goo. That's the actual technical term scientists use. It's like inventing fire, but this fire can replicate itself, spread out of control, and adjust to obstacles, and you can't put it out. Quantum computing, breaking every password simultaneously. Current computers think in bits, ones and zeros, on or off, yes or no. Quantum computers think in qubits, ones and zeros simultaneously. Problems that normal computers take thousands of years, like breaking passwords, simulating molecules, or optimizing supply chains, quantum computers could solve in hours. Sounds great until you realize every password, bank account, and state secret is protected by math that quantum computers shred like tissue paper. RSA encryption, the thing keeping your credit card safe online, becomes worthless overnight. Bitcoin collapses because the blockchain is no longer secure. Nuclear launch codes, hackable. Your embarrassing high school photos. Publix, we're close. And we have no backup security measures in place. It's like knowing a meteor's coming, but deciding to worry about it next Tuesday. The pattern. We invent powerful tech first, figure out rules later. But with planet-scale power, later might be too late. And all these technologies, they don't exist in isolation. 2. The info apocalypse, when nobody knows what's real. Let's talk about something even more insidious. Information warfare. Forget nukes. The real weapon destroying civilization. The inability to agree on reality. Disinformation erodes the social contract. When half the population thinks elections are rigged and the other half thinks vaccines are poison, cooperation becomes impossible. The 2023 Edelman Trust Barometer found that 67% of people believe fake news is breaking society. Trust in institutions, government, media, science hit historic lows. When trust collapses, everything else follows. No trust. Pandemic spiral because nobody follows health guidelines. Climate action stalls because people deny the science. Democracy fractures because no one trusts the vote count. It's like our civilization's immune system attacking itself, except instead of lupus, it's Facebook comments. And it's about to get worse. Deepfakes are getting better. AI-generated propaganda is becoming indistinguishable from reality. Soon, a deepfake video of a world leader declaring war could spark actual conflict. Before anyone realizes it's fake, that's not dystopian sci-fi. That's Wednesday in 2028. Societies survive on trust. When that collapses, everything else follows. Here's where it all comes together. 1. The polycrisis. Everything's broken and also on fire. It's not one disaster, it's all of them. Cascading. Climate change triggers crop failures. Crop failures spark food spikes. Price spikes ignite riots. Riots undermine pandemic response. Pandemics crash economies. Economic collapse destabilizes governments. Suddenly, you're not managing one crisis, you're juggling chainsaws, blindfolded, in a hurricane, while your house is on fire. Researchers call this crisis entanglement. Multiple global systems failing simultaneously, amplifying each other. The 2023 World Economic Forum warned we're entering an era of polycrisis, where interconnected shocks could overwhelm our ability to respond. Earth's operating system is running too many programs at once. Blue screen of death incoming. The late Bronze Age collapsed this way. Earthquakes, drought, invasions, all at once. Civilizations that thrived for centuries just vanished. We're more interconnected now, which means when dominoes fall, they fall faster. The irony, we built this fragility. Global supply chains, financial interdependence, social media echo chambers. Efficient until one thing breaks. Then everything breaks. That's the real existential risk, not a single catastrophe. Death by 1,000 cuts, all bleeding at once. So, the actually important stuff. AI isn't the villain, it's the mirror. We've crossed 7 planetary boundaries. We've built nuclear arsenals and autonomous weapons. We're engineering pandemics in labs. We're racing to build super intelligence with no safety brakes. We're deploying frontier tech without governance. We've shattered collective truth through disinformation. And all these crises are converging into a polycrisis that could overwhelm civilization. The call was coming from inside the house the whole time. But if we're the source of the threat, we're also the source of the solution. We fixed the ozone layer when everyone said it was impossible. We eradicated smallpox. We built the internet. When humanity cooperates instead of competes, we're unstoppable. The planetary boundaries, we designed them, which means we can redesign our trajectory. The question isn't whether we can survive, it's whether we'll choose to. AI won't destroy us, but it might force us to notice we're already doing it and give us the tools to stop. Now that you've seen the real existential threat isn't robots uprising, it's us. With too much power and not enough wisdom, here's the question. What happens when we start acting like the solution instead of the problem? I'm accepting donations in the form of subscribes and your commitment to not personally engineer a doomsday virus. Both appreciated. And remember, the future isn't written by AI, it's written by us. One choice at a time. See you at the next one, assuming we make it that far.